What's up, guys? Crypto Muser here with your daily news and analysis in the crypto markets. Now, today, this is Cointelegraph. Once again, we see Michael Saylor buying the dip. And the tweet goes, through it all, you can always depend on MicroStrategy to buy the dip. Michael Saylor announced the Bitcoin investor purchased 660 Bitcoin between December 30th, 2021 and January 31st, 2022 for approximately 25 million in cash. So you got to respect Michael Saylor for putting his money where his mouth is. I mean, I don't always agree with everything Michael Saylor does, but I have to respect, the balls this guy has. He buys every dip. I feel like every time there's a big Bitcoin dip, we see a story, Michael Saylor's buying that dip. He knows where the long-term game is in this market. I think he said Bitcoin was going to 1 million in the next 5 to 10 years, and I have to agree with that. Bitcoin is the OG in the space. It is digital gold. There's only 21 million of them. It will probably hit $1 million in the next 5 to 10 years. I cannot disagree with that fact. I can disagree with the maximalism side that Michael Saylor is all about. I hate maximalism. I just don't think there's one coin that's going to rule them all. There's going to be just different aspects of this market, and different coins will do different jobs. And, Bitcoin is not good for payments. XRP is better for payments. Ethereum is in ADA and Sol are good for smart contracts. Everything has their own use case, I think, in the future at least. Right now, it's all speculation for sure. But in the future, there will be different coins that have their use cases. And Bitcoin doesn't do all these things that some of these other projects do. But it is the OG, and it was there at the beginning, obviously. And I believe it will be that store value as that digital gold. So, like I said, don't always agree with Michael Saylor, but I have to, respect the fact that he believes in Bitcoin, and you got to give it to him. He's playing the long game. I think MicroStrategy is in the red right now with their Bitcoin investments, but he doesn't care, and I wouldn't care if I was him either. I'd keep dollar cost average. I'd say dollar cost average into any coin you think has a future. Especially in these times that we're in deep fear in the market. Always a good time to buy up that fear. Dollar cost average, buy pieces. I wouldn't tell anybody to put all your money in something right now. And obviously this is not financial advice, but you want to dollar cost average into the projects you believe will be here in the future. So just thought I'd start off with that. And like I said, Michael Saylor buys the dip again. Moving on. So this is Gold Telegraph. Two parts of this tweet really caught my eye. The first part, Russians hold 12% of global cryptocurrency. Now, 12% of global cryptocurrency owned by Russians, that's a high percentage. I just didn't think that Russians were that big into crypto, and I guess they are. And this is probably the reason why you saw, recently we saw that, Russia was going to ban crypto, and then we saw now Putin wants to maybe start crypto mining, Bitcoin mining, and maybe is asking for regulation by his government for crypto because he probably sees, a taxable event here. He sees gains being made by Russian citizens, and he's trying to tax it. He wants to get his piece. It's always about the money. And I hate to say it, it usually is always about the money. And that's why you probably see in other countries doing the same thing. How many millionaires were made in the last 6-7 years from crypto? A whole bunch of them. And these are taxable events, guys. These capital gains taxes you're going to see around the globe. These governments, the reason why they're going to get them on board with this is because they want to make money. Bottom line, right? And, that's the way it works. It's the way life is. That's the way the world works. So, we want these governments to get involved. We want this crypto market to grow too. So this is the kind of things that come with the territory, guys. But the next part of this tweet really, really caught my attention. So, a Russian lawmaker recently said stablecoins backed by gold under government control might be coming. Are you paying attention? Now, I'm paying attention. So we know, I don't know if you guys know, but Russia's been hoarding gold for the last 30, 40 years, or maybe even longer than that. They have a ton of gold. And even recently, we heard that China is ready to come out with their digital yuan. And this is the reason why the U.S. is probably paying close attention to these two countries and probably paying close attention to this industry now, is because, the dollar obviously is still king around the world. But places like Iran, North Korea, Russia, China, they're trying to work around the U.S. dollar now. And now with the digital yuan and maybe a Russian-backed stablecoin, a Russian gold-backed stablecoin, these are ways where they can get around sanctions, just get around the global reserve currency of the dollar. And it's definitely scary for the U.S. for sure because that threatens the U.S. dollar. But we got to be truthful. The U.S. dollar is not going to be king forever. They keep printing it to oblivion. I mean, obviously, the value of the dollar is going to go down, and you're going to see more and more digital currencies, CBDCs, government-backed stable coins like this. And that the U.S. is definitely paying attention to this now. So when it says, "Are you paying attention?" I'm paying attention. The U.S. government is paying attention. So just thought that this tweet really, caught my eye, and just wanted to let you guys know what I thought about it. Moving on. So Blockworks. So guys, Blockworks is a great Twitter handle to follow too. By the way, they give you great news. Just they're on top of it. I feel like I get most of my information, daily news and information from Blockworks. Always coming with the fire. In this tweet, 82% of Indians surveyed plan to invest in crypto or in Bitcoin and crypto. That could represent an extra 15% of the world's population investing in crypto. Now, I thought that was a very high percentage of Indians that were surveyed in this. I don't know how extensive the survey was, but 82% is a very high percentage of Indians trying to get involved in Bitcoin and crypto coming in the extended future. And that would represent an extra 15% of the world's population investing in crypto. Do you guys see where this is going? And I'm sure if you did this survey in any other country, it would probably be around the same lines. Maybe not as high as 82%, but like definitely higher than 50% of people in those countries would say they at least are or want to invest in crypto in the future. So do you see where this is going? Right now we're at 1.7 trillion market cap. If you have more and more people, I mean, especially in India is the second biggest population in the world. These countries, and it's getting easier for people to get involved in crypto. You have it on PayPal, you have it on Venmo, you have it on, different banks are offering it. It's easier to get it back on. Like there's like hundreds of exchanges now. When I was getting involved in crypto back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago, there was like 2 exchanges, guys. And it was hard to get involved because, I remember trying to get my first Coinbase account and it took like months because they were so backed up on people trying to sign up. And now it's like you can get signed up and at the drop of a hat, you're signed up and you can buy crypto. So it's getting easier and easier to get crypto. And you're seeing more and more people all around the world trying to get involved in this technology and in this market. So it's only going to grow and grow as the months as the months go on and the years go on. You're going to see this climb up to $50-100 trillion in market cap, guys. So just know how early you actually are in this market. So moving on. So the next thing I wanted to talk about. This is Credible Crypto, one of the top analysts I follow. The top 3, and just to give you my top 3 analysts that I really follow, are probably Credible Crypto, Blockchain Backer, and Crypto Lifer. They all do different things. They all look at the market in different ways, and I just like to get different perspectives of the market. And as much as I'm not a big chart analyst, I don't like to sit and look at charts all day. It's just not my thing. I do like to follow people that put the work in, and those are the top 3 guys that I pay attention to. So this is Credible Crypto. My thoughts on Bitcoin dominance at this time, long story short, Bitcoin outperforms during initial stages of our final 5th wave impulse. Alts steal the show after that as Bitcoin tops. Dominance makes a new all-time low before this is all over. Now, let's zoom into this chart. So what Credible Crypto is saying is that we hit the bottom here and we slowly make our way back up to an all-time high. And you can always, time frames are always questionable, obviously, right? You can never pinpoint a time frame of when this is going to happen. But he's saying around like June, July, you'll see a top of Bitcoin, and then you'll see it fall. And as it falls, you'll see Bitcoin dominance fall, and that's when alt season will start, right? I somewhat agree with this. I'm kind of in the 30% with credible crypto and then 70% with blockchain backer. With blockchain backer, what he believes that Bitcoin is in a bear market. We hit our top at 69,000 and we fell down initially here. We will retrace back up to 58, 60,000. And then on that retrace, you'll see alt season, right? You'll see those alts really start to make moves. And that's, usually when you see, and they both are, they're both thinking along the same lines. Like if you look in the last two bull runs, you saw Bitcoin hit its top, and then on its fall and retrace, that's when you see the altcoins start to make their move. So blockchain backer is thinking that alts are going to make their move on Bitcoin's retrace, and Bitcoin hit its all-time high already. But credible crypto is believing that we still haven't hit our all-time high for Bitcoin, and we'll hit our all-time high, and then on the fall and retrace later on in a couple months, then we'll see an altcoin season. So both are, saying that there's an alt season coming, but the time frames are a little different. And the fact that, credible crypto thinks that we haven't hit our all-time high with Bitcoin, and we will probably in the next coming months, we will. Like I said, I'm probably 30% with credible crypto, 70% blockchain backer. And with the Bitcoin dominance, as the dominance goes down, as like in this dominance fall right here, that's when you saw altcoins really booming. And credible crypto believes that we're going to see a bounce up with dominance and then down. But blockchain backer thinks that we're going to have a little this little pump right in here with the Bitcoin dominance, and then we'll see it fall, and the alt season will come before credible crypto says. So either way, guys, alt season is likely happening in the next coming months. Could be the next couple months, or it could be, the summer. Either way, I still think altcoins are where, not financial advice, but I believe that's where people should be putting their money, because with Bitcoin, even with, in this grand scheme of things, even if Bitcoin hit 100,000 or 80,000, the percentage of gains are just not, where I'd put my money. 40, 50, 60% gain, it's good and all, but with altcoins, you could see 200, 400, 1,000% gains. So it's like, that's how I use, I put my money where I think the most highest percentage of gains will be. And I believe that is going to be in the altcoin market. And I'm not going to tell you which alt to put your money in. Just like I said, this is not financial advice, but, do your research and get into coins that you believe will do well, and especially the coins that really didn't do much in the last year. Those lagging alts that really didn't do much, those are probably the best option to pick. So just thought I'd show you that chart. Just like I said, credible crypto, blockchain backer, crypto lifer, top analyst, guys. Moving on. So this is Jake Travinsky. He is the lawyer, I think, for, Blockchain Association. And I'm not going to read the tweet. I just want to tell you what I guess I'll read the first part, and then I'll tell you what he's talking about here. So most crypto policy issues are complicated by how fast the tech is growing and changing. It's hard to craft specific solutions with any confidence when they won't make sense in a few years. The best thing regulators can do now is go after the actual bad actors, the frauds and the scammers. Now, I thought this was so important, and later on he says something very important too, and I'll get to that in a second. But the fact that we don't see regulators going after these frauds and scammers is it's unbelievable to me. You see them go after companies like Ripple and EOS and the Kin token and all these other supposed bad actors, they think, but they aren't scamming people. They're not frauding people. If you've been in crypto for a day even, you've seen so many scams in this market. There's pump and dump schemes, there's phishing schemes, there's fake accounts that are trying to get you to send their crypto. It's so rampant right now. It's like, and he says later on, it's been up to us to police ourselves because the regulators haven't done anything. And that's the greatest thing about this crypto community, is that we call out the scams when we see them. And when I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I see people like, watch this guy, this is a scammer. Known scammer, watch out for this guy, or watch out, this is a fake account, this guy's scamming people, watch out. It's like it's been up to us to police ourselves And it shouldn't be that way. You know, we should have the regulators that are supposedly regulating and protecting investors, like the SEC, should be going after these fraudulent accounts, these scammers, these pump and dump schemes. But we just don't see it. And it's just painful to watch because, like I said, it's been up to us to police ourselves. And that's just, you know, as much as it has been working a little bit, but people get frauded every day. People get scammed every day. And you don't have to be an idiot to get scammed. Like, it happens to the best of us. So just thought this was a big issue. And I've actually been saying this for a long time too. And I'm just glad that Jake Chervinsky is putting it out there. Moving on. So I'll finish off the video with, so this is a big fan. I love this guy. This is Michael Arrington of Arrington Capital. He runs a crypto investment firm. And he always just tells it how it is. You know, he doesn't hide the way he feels. Just listen to this interview he gave, and then we'll talk about it after.
Because the SEC is single-handedly fucking this industry in the U.S. And so we have a few good U.S. investments. Proppy's one, I'm wearing their t-shirt. Another one is Reserve, a company in Oakland, and a couple of others. But 80 to 90% of our investments are in Asia, Europe, and Israel right now, because there are actually countries where there's enough regulatory certainty that countries that entrepreneurs feel safe starting token companies there, blockchain companies there. Here they don't. There's so much regulatory uncertainty, and then add to that the tax burden and the visa burdens coming here, and then our current federal government stance on immigration in general. They're just saying fuck it, and they're staying in Singapore or Israel or Europe instead of coming here and starting companies. It is the SEC needs to get their act together, because if they had done that with the internet in 94, 95, TechCrunch and this, none of us would be here. We'd all be living in Shanghai or somewhere else, wherever managed to get their act together. So when the SEC person comes on stage, first of all, I'd kick him out of the conference. But if they actually come up on stage, I'd ask him, like, do you realize you're single-handedly, like, wrecking the next stage of technology development, and how do you feel about that?
So, exactly. You know, the SEC, guys, is the only agency that is basically single-handedly trying to ruin our investments. And it's the only government agency out there that's really trying to, you know, railroad this crypto revolution in this country. And it's hurting American innovation. And like you said, in the internet boom, we led that revolution, guys. You know, it was companies like Google and Facebook and Amazon. And as much as we don't like those companies now, and I'm not the biggest fan of most of those companies, but, you know, there's a reason why we led the world in that tech boom, is because the U.S. led in that innovation, right? Those companies could have blown up in China and Russia and Singapore, but you know, they're American companies now, and that helps our economy for sure. So the fact that we have this new technology in crypto, which is even bigger than the internet, and we're not leading in this technology, is painful to see, and it hurts American innovation. It hurts the future of America, and I just hate to see it. And I know they'll get on board sooner or later. It just sucks to see that the SEC, obviously ran by the banks, will not lead in this technology, or won't let the America lead in this technology. Won't let these companies like Ripple and other companies actually grow and do the right thing and help the economy in America, and help, you know, crypto is for the ordinary person. It's like basically it's gonna level the playing field for everybody and get everybody involved in this, you know, world of finance. And going into the future, it's a big deal that we lead in this technology. So hopefully they get on board. I really hope this new executive order that we're getting from Biden is pro-crypto. I don't have a lot of faith in this administration. I'm sure a lot of people don't. But, you know, their backs are against a wall. I mean, if they come out anti-crypto, it's like they're throwing in the towel. They give up. So I don't agree with, or I don't buy in the fact that they're going to come out with something trying to ban crypto or calling things securities. I think what Biden's going to come out and say is that we need to lead in this innovation, and I want all the regulators to get together basically and come up with the right framework where we're not hurting investors, we're not hurting innovation in America. And you know, he sees what China and Russia and other countries are doing, and I believe, and you know, I can hope at least, and we can all hope, I guess, that it gets us right. But I guess time will tell, and we will see in the coming weeks. But I'll end the video there, guys. Hope you like the content. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification, guys. Really appreciate all the support. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take anything I write or say as financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.